He didn't get no Rasengan. He didn't get no power up. He didn't go Super Saiyan. He got some real talk.
So listen up, everybody. What's going on? Your boy Anon. I'm here with Ethos. I just want to say, spoilers ahead. We literally just finished watching ReZero.
Episode 18.
Episode 18.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm like in awe right now. Wow.
I think it's gonna go over a lot of people's head. Like, I think the people who aren't gonna like this is because, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was going into this, I was expecting like
action, heartbreak,
despair,
despair.
horror.
Yeah, I thought like niggas was gonna die and like some crazy shit was gonna happen, like where that timeline they were at became actual timeline, and Puck was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna destroy the world type shit, like. But what a curveball, yo. What a curveball. So essentially what goes down in this episode is a conversation between Natsuki and Rem, and that is the whole episode, period, point blank, the entire episode. And like, I just gotta say, bruh, Rem has become my favorite character in this entire show.
Absolutely. I like her more than every other character, right? She's got seal of approval, bruh. Amazing character development. Like,
I feel like she's got the most complexity out of any character in ReZero. Just with like the inferiority complex she has with her sister, and then like the complexity of her feelings for Subaru and them never being able to be acknowledged, and just like how she carries everything. I just feel like as a character, you know what? You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Ray, but not in the sense of like Ray was more like empty
inside, but she has like
didn't like act on her complexity, whereas Ren actually like displays emotion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The more you learn about Ray, it was like, oh shit, like this girl been through some shit.
You hollow. Right.
And same thing with Rem, but like she actually expresses it. I mean, I guess it just so happens to be a coincidence that they both have blue hair, and they're like little girls or whatever. But still, like, wow. So what do you think? No, go ahead.
I just think like the thing I love is like you said it before we were watching it, like after the last week, was like, this man needs a serious power up, because if he doesn't get that, it's like I feel like the thing is, I actually had a conversation on Twitter, because like somebody, I was like, yeah, ReZero, and like somebody was like on my time, and basically was like, that shit is like subpar trash, and I was like light novel trash. I was like, how, like, what do you mean? Like I'm like, I think it's far from that. It's actually like a complete flip from like all the light novel, like a character gets into another world or a virtual world or something, and you know, he's like in a different universe or something like that, and usually a lot of times those end up being very, you know, subpar,
one-dimensional, no character,
right? One-dimensional, exactly. Very, you know, harem-like. And I think the difference with ReZero, and it's very, it's not obvious, because like I said, like the guy that admitted he only saw the first three episodes. I was like, that's why. Like, it's not a series that like it starts off very strong. Like it starts off like, oh shit, like okay, but then like I feel like after the first like 4 or 5 episodes, that's when like it starts just building and building and building. And I feel like that's the greatest thing about, like, I think about ReZero, is that if you think about it, Natsuki is the exact opposite of Kirito in every single aspect, which is why I love him, is that he's not this god tier character who enters a new like a virtual world or a new world and knows everything. He's not a genius. He doesn't have this OP powers. And like, even though he kind of has the girl aspect where like well, maybe let's say 2 girls in the series currently like him per se, it's like he does not run like aimlessly around and be like, oh, you know,
I fuck with you too, like,
yeah.
No, in fact, I think he could even be a parody of a Kirito, because he walks into the world and he's like, oh shit, I'm in a new world. All right, this is where I get my like powers and blah 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 and XYZ. Like, oh shit, I'm about to like turn up.
Right.
And then like he just gets his ass kicked every single time and every single door, and it's just like, and like it was getting to the point where, I'm not even gonna lie, a few episodes ago he was starting to annoy me, because I was just like, why are you so dumb, fam? Like like he needed this episode, because I feel like this episode was like clairvoyance for Subaru, where he finally realized, like, yo, I've been fucking up my whole life. I've been fucking up and I haven't realized it. And it took like this just really powerful moment to just make him wake up. And I think it brought something to the table that like I haven't seen in a while in anime. Because like I said, there is I'm not really one for too much crazy dialogue in a show, unless it's really, really well written, like Death Note.
Yeah.
But I have to give this anime props, because I can't think of another anime in the past X amount of years that has been able to have an entire episode off of one conversation and it never got boring. Like, and it never got boring. Every single word was like perfectly performed. Balanced, perfectly set. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's funny because like the tweet that I tweeted out was like, this is, and the guy, the studio that was putting the next episode in Japan, they put out a statement saying that it was going to be long. It's actually longer. That's why the credits were like intertwined with the actual scene, because they were trying to push it. So to get as much time as they could for the segment, they said that this episode, and it makes sense, because honestly, I thought 15 was like the worst episode for that man, because that man, like, that was pure despair. Like,
was that the one where like
that was one where he got chained up and he just
ripped.
Yep. Like, I haven't seen something that fucked up since Ava. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was fucked up. Like, that would like emotionally destroyed me, and he went mad. And I feel like it's I feel like it's hilarious that this is going on at the same time like Killing Joke is going on, because what Nazi is basically going through is the same thing Joker says. Like, you just need one bad day and you'll go insane. And like not like he went insane. Like, when he came back, you notice that every time he comes back, and I feel like that's the best thing about the show is like
a piece of himself.
His soul disappears. Like, you could tell like he's losing more of his insanity, and that's why people like, I feel like you got annoyed too, because it's like we don't sometimes get that, is that he saw his friends die over and over and over. He died over and over, and these horrible things, and he felt it, and he won't forget that pain. And it's like, because I remember that one where he got gutted, and then after that he got killed by Rem, and then after that he was like begging, like he did not want to die, like he did not want to feel that pain. Like, that shit is powerful, bro. Like, I think a lot of times like we don't get that point of that this man has died at least 20 times. And basically like what I posted on Facebook to you, this is literally Dark Souls the anime. This is Dark Souls, bro. And I'm telling you, that's why like I can resonate so much with him, because like after playing Dark Souls 3, exactly what Natsu's going through is the same shit I was going through, bro. I was losing my shit sometimes playing Dark Souls 3 because I could not progress. And like you sometimes like you that moment, like I said it in my Mind the Ethos video, the shit Natsuki's going through is the same shit I went through with the Abyss Watchers. Like, I died at least 30 times with them dudes, and like I was so angry, I could not do anything, bro. And then I realized, bro, it was me. Like, I was fucking up. And then when I realized that, I was able to change. And like I'm telling you, like this is better, because like it's not like he got a power up. It's not like he got some special ability now or some ability to control the unseen hands, even though he has that's his re-ability. So we know that the unseen hands give him that ability. So, but it's like just by, that's why I think Anon say, just from a conversation, that shit was his power up. Like a well thought out real talk session. Like, that man got a real talk session, bro. And that shit like opened his eyes to like just his self as a person. I feel like the next episode, like I feel like we gonna see a new character. Like, I feel like this was the character development you was talking about, Anon. Like, this is what the show needed, and I feel like it was good. Like, at first I was like, I don't know about, like I was upset, but then I really thought about it and like actually paid attention to the dialogue. It's like this is actually really good. I'm a little worried because like what, this is 18? And
this 18, we got about six episodes left.
6 episodes left, so we gotta see what's gonna happen in 6 episodes. I believe like what you're saying, they're definitely gonna hook us for season 2.
But you know what? They might not, because with this episode, a lot has gone by. Because with ReZero, a minor complaint that I can say, it's not even really like it's just real nitpicking, is like sometimes they take a few episodes to get past something, and they still got this whole like queen thing going on. But I feel like okay, now we've got a whole new Subaru, so if they can get this shit that they've been trying to get resolved by next episode, I believe next episode or the episode after that, I think they can wrap up the rest of it in 4 or 5 episodes.
Because like see, that's why I'm worried, because I know from what I've read about either the manga or it was a light novel, I can't remember. Somebody told me that the selection process, that was a new arc. Like it was the arc of him first, with the castle, that was one arc, and then the new arc was introducing all those new characters from the different, wanting to be the new ruler. So yeah, like there's a couple things that need to be answered, like the main things, and I'm worried that this might, like, honestly, I'd rather them cliffhanger it and do a new season to explain things out rather than rush things, erase, and like rush things and try to explain things too much too fast and then just ruins the end. Like, I'd rather it be first, there's two big things on the table they gotta figure that need to be discussed. One, the shit behind what's her name, Amelia. This shit with the queen, the evil queen, the evil witch, and her.
Oh,
there's obviously a connection.
Yeah, there's a connection between her and
they
Satala,
need to explain that, especially with Puck, because Puck was hinting at it. This shit needs to be understood about what contract. So she basically got a killing machine as a fucking spirit pup. And then on top of that, on the other side of the coin, we got to also figure out the elections. And I feel like those two are going to tie into one another, because either, like, I don't know if Amelia is in fact the evil witch and she's just like, she doesn't remember it, like, or she has a dual personality.
Rurouni Kenshin type shit.
Yeah, it might be that.
Where like he was Batosai and then decided to change, but just with a little twist of like she lost her memory and became like a good-natured person or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Puck's like was like Stelia was actually evil and she's just protecting her.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Exactly.
So yeah. Who knows? I don't know. I think really a third thing that a lot of people are thinking about is like, I really want to figure out, I hope they do this and they don't just leave it open. Why was Subaru summoned to the other world? Like, I
was
hope
gonna
there's
say
an
that
actual
too.
reason to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And it wasn't just a random, because it felt at the beginning it was just a random occurrence, like, because he didn't get any powers except for the ability to go back in time, but he can't control that. And like his situation felt very random. It was
random as fuck. He comes out of a fucking 7-Eleven and he gets transported into a new world.
Yeah, and so I hope like there's some explanation about why he was chosen, or why it was, maybe it was just a fluke, or maybe, hopefully the world has some explanation about, like, maybe they were trying to get to something else and it fluked and then it caused him to go to the other world.
Right.
But we'll see. But I gotta say, yeah, like I feel like this is low-key is one of those like deep episodes where it's like it'll go over some people's heads and they'll think like, oh, it was trash because there wasn't action, there wasn't torture. But I feel like it was more of a, I don't want to say philosophical, but it was more of a, I guess, more of a soulful episode. It's more, it touches her soul.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, props to Rem for just putting her whole shit like out there, like, to save.
You don't see that. You don't see that, bro. Every anime, bro.
They always they hide their fucking feelings, and like it's always like people will ship people and it'll never like be canon. They'll like hint at it, but it won't be like a thing. You know what I'm saying?
He'll just laugh it off, be dense as fuck, won't say shit about it.
But like you actually saw, if you pay attention, you actually saw like Rem pretty much start to fall for Subaru and shit, and like it just all came to a point today. Like, I'm looking forward to the end of ReZero, and I for sure hope that they have a season 2, bro. Like, don't leave us like no game, no life, bro.
No, not again, bro. I can't do that shit again, bro.
We need
Please.
It. I actually really fuck with this. Like, so
it could be like right now it's like an 8 for me, a strong 8. But like if they nail this ending, like I will put that show on like one of my favorite list. This show has really become one since like Ava and some others. I don't think it will be like a classic per se, but I definitely think it's gonna be like one of those shows. It'll be like around the tier of like where Code Geass and Death, where it's like, you can bring them up and be like, yeah, you should definitely know if you like anime.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it's one of the first in its genre to do it justice. Like in its section of just like having, the whole light novel to a new world and blah 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 and XYZ. I think it does it justice, and it has enough like differences and changes in pace to keep it interesting, but not so much so that it ends up being like a what's that fucking one called? The one with S Death.
Akame got killed.
Yeah, Akame got killed. It doesn't become another one like that because it's so different in tones and themes every fucking episode.
It keeps flipping it over and over again. I hope it sticks with this despair theme.
Yeah, really there's always a looming sense of despair. You know what I'm saying, within everything.
Yeah, so. Keep that shit up. And if you guys want to hear more about this, I think we're gonna do this like every episode. I'm sorry we didn't do this earlier, but like I think Anon got into it about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got into it about like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, but we'll probably do this more if you guys like this. Like after this, maybe we might do like every season. We'll pick one anime and we'll like do a discussion of every episode. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, cool.
So